What happens? Plan to disappear and watch what happens. Okay, this is going to be a short video, y'all. Short video. Plan to disappear and watch what happens. Okay? Watch what happens, y'all. This is going to be a short video. Enjoy the ASMR sounds. There's a lot of sounds for y'all to listen to. So I am doing some work here. Okay. Yes, I am. We're going to get started in a minute as soon as we get some more people in here. I'm going through this here to um go to get some stuff that I needed to get here. Hi everybody. So plan to disappear. Go off the grid. By tonight, y'all. Go off the grid. I'm telling y'all. Wow, I'm learning. I've been studying and studying, y'all. It's like endless studying. People gonna be real toxic tomorrow. It's gonna be real toxic. So y'all may wanna go ahead and disappear just so y'all can protect y'all work. Cause it's ridiculous. There's a lot of jealous energy. I can sense it, y'all. I can sense covert jealousy. I can sense that some people, they know you're helping them, but they don't want to go ahead and say thank you. They don't even want to say good job. There's a lot of people who know that you're helping them, but they will not say good job. Like for real, like I'm gonna be honest, there's people that got my books and they know my books is good, but they ain't saying nothing. People don't realize that that's passive aggressive. Asking for people's help, asking for somebody's help and knowing that it's working and not saying nothing, y'all, that's narcissistic. I'm sensing the energy. My north node, my north node is telling me people being two-faced. People are being two-faced. Oh, you are helping, but I don't want to say nothing. That's narcissistic. I got a narcissist in my life that's doing that right now. They just keep on getting my help, but they'll never say thank you or good job. People acting entitled to people's help. It's toxic. Okay. Wow. I'm studying so hard and learning so much. I feel like I'm just like, woo, y'all. It's wild. Tomorrow, there's gonna be people that's gonna be real disrespectful. People are gonna be real disrespectful, low spirited. Okay. Woo. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this chart. Y'all, this is getting all this research I'm doing got me getting cross-eyed, everything. I might have to start a whole new book with this information. That's what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna stop right there because I'm overdoing it with this book. I feel like I'm getting brain freeze, everything. Like a brain learning overload. That chicken soup hit differently. Wow. Um. Uh. Dang. Oh man. Woo. Uh, um. Woo. Some of y'all gonna be like full throttle tomorrow. Y'all gonna be full throttle with your to-do list. Crush your to-do list tomorrow, y'all. Disappear. Disappear tonight. Telling you no lie. Like literally disappear. Mm. You can even note. Mm. It's a lot of work, y'all. Dang. It's a lot of work. Somebody gonna have to break this book down. I feel sorry for people. This I'm gonna have to teach this book in a like workshop because some people are gonna be like, wait a minute, wait a minute, I'm getting cross-eyed. They're gonna this ain't a book for the weak mind. Somebody if you try to understand this book, you're gonna have to take your time. Um wow. Whew. Uh, Thank God I type really fast, or I would. This would be like killing me. I don't ever want to type slow again. I don't know how anyone's getting by typing so slow. Like, really? uh, okay. Ooh, cha. Uh, it's a lot of man. Success requires a lot of work. It's not hard work if you know what you're doing. It's just long work. That's the problem. Like it's long work. Okay. I'm working with multiple screens and everything, y'all. Woo. Mm, man. I know I had the bad habit of not saving my stuff as I'm going along. I'm just glad that I started to remember what I wrote so I could just put it all back in and just start saving. I'm trying to hit my 1,000 word mark for the day, which I'm about to check. I'm about to check because I know everything that I wrote. And I'm not stressing about the 1,000 word mark, but it is what it is. Okay. This is supposed to be an ASMR video. So let's see. We're gonna do a quick little spell check of this section here. I'm just trying to see how many words I got in. Because my muse does not like to do more than 1,100 words per session window. So we're going to check here. That's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to check the word count and do the spelling. Hi, everybody. Somebody been trying to get in touch with me. Anthony, email me, bud. Anthony, you did not email me. Email me, and if you're trying to hire me or connect or what, you better get my book, Anthony, or you will regret it. Y'all better get this book. I decided to merge the books. It was supposed to be two books, but I see that this month is real important for a lot of y'all. Since the government is closing down in 3 days, I saw it on the news this morning. It said 3 days till government shut down. I'm getting like try to find a new job this year for some of y'all. So I'm not gonna make y'all wait another couple months for the second book. So I'm cramming it. I decided to combine the two books, and then y'all could just, but I did leave some of the work for y'all to do. Okay? I ain't doing all the work for y'all. If some of y'all want to hire me to do all the work for you that this book is talking about, then that's separate. My book is supposed to be a guide, but also to help you do your own work, to tell you what work you need to do. Some of it just tells you what work you need to do. Remember, we got to be careful of giving away too much at once. I still want to be a private teacher, so I still need to be able to tell people in this book, you need to come to me. If you want me to do the work for you. Okay, word grammar. Okay. Word count. Let me check my word count. Because let me tell you, everybody's muse have a certain word count range. That if you just stick in that range, there's no way that you can be late when you're done with the work. So there's something you feel in your body. Your body will feel a certain way when your muse is like, that's enough. Paying attention to your body while you're doing the work is really important. Sometimes you just take a minute or two to assess how your body feels. If you try to push through and be like, yeah, I'm going to do as much as I can, your muse is going to bail on you. Your well is going to go dry, like Hemingway says. Your well will go dry. Okay, so far I am up. Okay, this looks like how many words here? Okay, I'm very close to 1,000 words. Very close. Because I can feel it. I can feel my muse like, woo, child. My muse is like, come on now. I didn't do no, baby. No, but. Hi, everybody. Okay. What the Muse, please calm down. Calm down, okay? Ma'am, calm down. I'm talking to my Muse. She getting a little bit too happy in here. Wednesdays, you gotta watch your energy on Wednesdays. Some of y'all may get trapped in your emotions. Wednesdays can be wasteful. Y'all better find a way to not waste your Wednesdays. No wasteful Wednesdays. I don't know why I felt like I had to tell y'all that. Okay. Wednesdays can be fun, but you don't want to be wasteful on the Wednesdays. Okay. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be work. Work, 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 work. So y'all better just disappear tomorrow. Be like, no, I'm out. Miss it in action Tuesday. Don't y'all waste y'all Tuesday. Y'all going to regret it. Tomorrow, that Tuesday is the Tuesdays of Tuesdays. Y'all see how toxic the movie Norbit, the one how the girl got on Tuesdays, she blocked his energy. She blocked a soulmate for him on Tuesdays. Remember, he was like, "Don't you just love Tuesdays?" I forget her name. The girl in Norbit. He was pissed off about her blocking his blessings on Tuesdays. She was toxic. Hi, everybody. Yeah. Don't go fast on Mondays. Just take it easy Monday. Be merciful. Merciful Monday. Be mindful Monday. Merciful. That's what I see. That's what I see. Okay. So I must have did more because my muse is like, nah, I did more. My muse is like, no, you ain't counting right. You skipped the paragraph. I must have skipped the paragraph when I put it in the Grammarly check. So what I started doing with my process is I've started checking I don't know if some of y'all need some writing prompts. I'm gonna give y'all some writing prompts because this is a good time to get some writing in. So don't go anywhere if you want these writing prompts. Y'all, I'm working in about 100 windows. I don't even know how I'm doing this. All these windows, but I ain't got no choice. Because I got too much. What the heck is that? Y'all. I don't know. I didn't put the thing, I didn't put it in there. Now I gotta reopen the window again. It's getting super annoying. Okay. Sometimes listening to other people's creators, I be talking to my angels out loud, y'all. I be talking to my muse out loud. I be like, calm down. When my muse get all, oh, am I falling behind? No, you're not falling behind, ma'am. Calm down. uh, you know you working hard when you got to tell your muse to calm down. Like you going in too hard, babe. Calm yourself. Okay, so I did. What time was it when I sat down? Why the heck didn't I write down the time? So I've been at this at least an hour. So I put an hour in. Okay, that's good. Okay, I got an hour in. That's basically that's like 30 minutes in each chapter of my day. So technically, I'm doing pretty good. It's only 1 o'clock and I already did an hour. So I'm going to do some stress relieving exercises. And then I'm doing a little cleaning sprint. You create and then you clean. You conjure and then you clean. Always clean before you go. Always clean before you go. I know a lot of us love to walk away, but no, y'all. Your muse is not going to bring anything to the table while you're gone if your desk is messy. That includes the work you do. I know some people like to write and then clean the next day. No, y'all. That's leaving too much work on you, too much cleaning to do the next day. So you might as well do like a little quick clean of your work so that you don't have that much cleaning to do the next morning. I know I don't like to do hardcore cleaning when I just woke up. Like I don't be feeling that. Hi everybody. So I like to write messy and then clean up after. I'm not even looking at to see if it's good. I'm not. But I still don't want Grammarly. I still don't want Grammarly putting the wrong words in there, rewriting my stuff in a way I didn't want it rewritten. So I'm working with Grammarly, not chat. I don't do chat GPT, whatever. Only way I'll use chat GPT is if it's for creating an outline for my book. Other than that, no, y'all. I might use it to give me some ideas to create my book description, but never the actual content. That's disrespectful to your muse, and that's disrespectful to God to be using Chat GBT to write your book. That is like low vibrational to me. And you could be taking people's stuff. Because Chat GBT be having copyrighted stuff. Because I found some of my poems in Chat GBT. They were under the wrong name. Some other woman's name is listed on my poems. I've been trying to find a way to contact Chat GBT and tell them that they're putting my poems in there under someone else's name. That's wrong. Plagiarism. Be careful of using Chat GBT to write your book. Some of that work in there is plagiarized. They were plagiarizing my work. You know, man, entire I'm going to be showing us in a different way. So, for example, okay, and why would I say, okay, I don't even know if that makes sense, but I'm no, we're not editing to make it better. We're editing the grammar and punctuation. So calm down, Muse. Stop trying to make something better when we're trying to just clean up the punctuation and grammar. Okay? Period. My Muse got a big head. She got a big head. She big mama. So she be thinking she could just all of a sudden start slaving out all over again. I be telling her like when you gonna get burnt out. You better stop trying to jump back into something when you've been at it too long already. She's so generous. My muse is like really is a giver. She loves to give. She loves to feed. She can't stop feeding me. I got so much work, y'all. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of documents just on this laptop, just on this USB outside of my laptop. I even got hundreds of documents in this laptop and even on another USB and another laptop. I'm never going to run out of work to do because I never stopped creating work. I just started something yesterday. I'm like, whew. I be trying to tell my muse, why you always got something to do? Do you ever go on vacation? My muse don't never go on vacation. Even when I'm not creating something on paper, I can hear her like she's creating in my mind. I'm like, child, stop trying to give me ideas in my mind and I'm not even at my desktop. But that chicken soup hit differently. Chicken soup hits differently when you eat it early. Eat a big bowl of chicken soup early in your day. And your muse will be turned up. Mark my words. Your muse will be like, hey, to the window, to the wall. Your niece will get so excited. Okay, I'm just making sure I ain't messing up here. Because, woo, child. I had to clean all that up. I do want to say something about my muse. She's messy as hell today. What is going on? Okay. Ah, did I please say? What did you do, lady? You got to talk to your angel guides like they're there because they are. Okay, I did. I did. I missed 3 paragraphs. She was right. I heard my muse say there was other paragraphs. And she's right. Yeah. I'm gonna have to start doing a placeholder so I know when I started writing on the documents I'll know definitely what part to edit when I'm done, what part to clean up and what part to check the word count for. Hi everybody. I'm so weird. You already know. I'm in the weird lane with my guys in Tokyo. I'm so weird. When I'm doing my destiny, I'm definitely in Tokyo. I'm like, no, I'm not in Pennsylvania when I'm doing my destiny. I'm out. Woo. I might have to do one more clean sweep, but I ain't gonna do it right now. Cause I see she was still messy. I'm looking at this. Yeah. There was at least 4 paragraphs I forgot to put in the. I'm gonna stop right there, y'all. I got my limits. Whoo, I can feel smoke coming out the top of my hat. My muse is like my teapot is whistling, baby. It's whistling. She about to blow her lid. Like if you make me do one more thing. Okay. All right. Woo. Ah. I feel like Charles Bukowski. I had a dream about Charles Bukowski yesterday. Somehow I traveled back in the past. I don't know how I did it, but I did, y'all. I did. I was a time traveler last night. I was like, how did I do this? I was like, I want to do it again. But I think what happened was I fell. I fell. Somehow I went into a black hole, through a black hole in the galaxy, and it somehow put me into a different time dimension. And I saw Charles Bukowski. I could tell that it was not on the astral plane. It was like I was there. I'm about to check here in a minute. Somehow my thoughts allowed my consciousness to go back in time to to let me see. Let's see. I'm checking on his information. All right, so basically, yeah, because he died on March 9th. In my dream, he's in the hospital. So he must have been in a hospital yesterday. In the past, he was in the hospital. And somehow my spirit went back in time and I was able to see him in the hospital. I was literally in his hospital room. But the funny thing is he couldn't see me. I could see him, but he couldn't see me. So that explains it. Wait a minute here. I've got to check this. Y'all. I just want to see something. I'm going to check on. Okay. Something. I want to check on what happened with him. Because I feel like he died an untimely death. Bam. Yep, he did. He did. Charles Bukowski, he had some years left in him to get more money, but if he had been getting physicals, I don't think he was going to the doctor because I know that he was like never, yeah, yeah, because he died in 1996. I found his book. I bought his book in 1996. So he had put out a book that year and I got it. And then he died. So sorry about that. I hope y'all still here. Hi, everybody. So, uh, I'm trying to see here because Charles Bukowski was in my dreams last night. Okay. I saw him, y'all, in his hospital bed. He was like kind of leaned over and kind of complaining, like he was being toxic, and I was like standing there looking at him. Okay. And I had to pass through the astral dimension just to get back to our dimension. So, and it was a demon that was trying to catch me off guard, but I saw it and I kicked it. It was just crazy. Um, I wonder if the I knew it. Bam. Yep. Yep. Charles Bukowski. Charles Bukowski was smoking. That's what did it. I knew it. Y'all. Charles Bukowski smoked a lot. He smoked. Yeah. Yep. He didn't even know that smoking was going to kill him. He must have been smoking a whole lot in 1996. I know that his career was kind of struggling in 1996. He might have got real stressed out because in 1996 things were changing. I think the internet was coming along, and Charles Bukowski, some of the, it wasn't easy to survive off welfare again. I know 1997 got real, real difficult. It started to get hard. So I think he might have got stressed out. He might not been able to live off $100 a month and his little bit of inheritance because he got a small inheritance from his father's death. But I know he bought a bungalow with it. Hi, everybody. He bought a bungalow. He probably was running out of money. That's what happened. That's what happened. He probably was stressing out, started smoking too much, and that is what triggered his genetic leukemia. Because it says the leukemia can be genetic leukemia can be triggered. It says leukemia, you can get leukemia heavy smoking. I just looked it up. It says smoking is strongly linked to genetic mutations and chromosomal abnormalities that increase the risk of developing forms of leukemia in both children and adults. That's exactly why I knew it, y'all. I suspected it. I knew over 25 years ago that smoking was going to take me down. I had a bad feeling that smoking was going to block my destiny. So I quit. And what happened was a doctor like kind of gave me the synchronicity. I had a bad feeling about it, and then out of nowhere the doctor was like, "You need to stop smoking." And it was like, "See how some parts of your lungs are starting to get dark?" And he showed me a picture, and I was like, "Well, I quit." I threw all my cigarettes away that day. Hi, everybody. So, how many people we got in here? We don't got nobody in here. Hi. I guess everybody left, huh? Hopefully, we'll get more people in here. I don't know what's happening, y'all. Hi, everybody. Some of y'all just gonna have to replay the video. I was talking about Charles Bukowski. So basically, he was in that 19. Let me see here. Yeah. See, Charles Bukowski didn't have me in his life. If he had me as a spiritual teacher, he would have, he wouldn't have, damn. He could have lived longer, but y'all. He had a chance. If he would have stopped smoking before that year, he would have been granted a rebirth, but he didn't stop. He didn't realize that he was in death energy. He didn't realize it, y'all. Nope. He didn't realize that he wasn't doing no healing. And by him not doing no healing, instead of the death angel allowing him to live another few years for his next abundance, the death angel said, "Hard pass, you're coming with me because you're not doing no healing work." He was in a healing year. I wonder, let me see. Charles Bukowski's. I'm investigating his spiritual energy and destiny, y'all, to see what went wrong. And what went wrong with Charles Bukowski is he didn't know he was supposed to actually be letting go of spell work he probably was doing to himself. He was supposed to not be in he was not supposed to be hurting himself that year. But he kept doing it, so he paid the price. Yep. He had until February of the year before to stop. He had February the year before. He was supposed to clean up, heal himself, start healing, but he didn't. He stayed toxic. He kept on smoking, and that was it. The death angel came for him. He didn't realize that the death angel was in his house the year before. Hi, everybody. My videos can get kind of scary when I talk about. I could teach y'all how to figure this out too, but it's sacred information. As I told y'all, me having the destiny that I have, I'm supposed to reveal the secrets of the universe to y'all. I'm not telling y'all how I figured this out. I'm not telling y'all how I figured this out. Y'all will have to buy my books to find out. But yeah, he screwed up big time. Let me see. Yep. They said his net worth was 4 million. That's bull BS because I bought his book at a thrift store. Nobody is worth 4 million with their books in a thrift store. Get the heck out of here. They're trying to say he had that much then. No, that's how much he got after he died. They're lying. I'm checking. See, they keep saying 4 million no matter what year I put in, so they're lying. We're gonna check it again. No. They keep on saying he got a stipend from the publisher John Martin. John Martin was his friend. Why are they calling it a publisher? His own friend published his work. That's a conflict of interest. Technically, he was not in a submission competition poll. So that means he is still self-published. Telling you, that's racist to say Charles Bukowski gets to get published by a friend and then call it not self-publishing. That's self-publishing. That means he had no competition. Grew into substantial royalty for over 60 books, while some later reports upon his death estimates his saving early, not vary with some fans. Yep, I knew it. I knew it, y'all. My intuition be the stuff. It clearly says that he had way people. It says discussion speculating it was well below that figure. Now, no. If he was worth 4 million, why the heck is they showing him living, standing in some rundown motel, all dirty and filthy like a homeless man? No, he didn't have 4 million yet. They're making up stuff with Charles Bukowski, making up stuff. He had 4 million later on. So he was how old? So he was 74. He was in his 70s when he died. No, he should have lived longer than that. With his chart, he should have lived longer than that. He would have lived longer if he wouldn't have been smoking. That's what did it. This is why I stay away from smoke. I be like, whoo. I turned my house into a smoke-free house. I go outside and clear my lungs out daily, man. That smoking will bring you down. It sneaks up on you and takes your life, y'all. It's a sneaky enemy. Smoke is a sneaky enemy, y'all. Run for your life from it. Smoke is a destiny thief, destiny destroyer. I'm talking about cigarette smoke. That's why I smoke only CBD. I don't even want to be around cigarette smoke. I almost walked out on my family member in here because they kept smoking around me. And I told them stop smoking in my face. It's disrespectful. He had a gambling addiction, so he probably gambled a lot of the money. They said his money was a lot lower than 4 million. So he was gambling all his money. He went to the horse races. Is there horse races in the middle of the night? Maybe at the casino, the fake horse race machines. I don't. That publisher was so fake. He only published Charles Bukowski, and then as soon as Charles Bukowski died, he closed the publishing down and sold all Charles manuscripts. Okay, and the publisher was a friend of his. Charles Bukowski was his meal ticket. His friend used him. I'm just saying, y'all. To me, that sounds like a con artist situation. They were conning readers to make people think his work was worth reading, when his own friend kept publishing his work. Even if the work sucked, his friend would still publish it. That's con artists. And Barnes and Noble stay saying, we don't put on our shelves self-published books. But I'm like, but you got Charles Bukowski on your shelf. Um, his work was never in a competitive poll. He was published by his friend. His book shouldn't be on Barnes and Noble shelf. Period. Period. This ain't about jealousy. This is about black writers have to do the hard work and get published through competitive process. And Charles Bukowski, a white man, gets to get on Barnes and Noble's shelf, and he never had a competitive process. Charles Bukowski do not know what it feels like to lose. That's how you know his destiny is false. He doesn't know what it's like to get a rejection letter. And every great writer, every successful writer has gotten a rejection letter. Hi, everybody. This is why once I found out, I never bought another one of his books. Never did. And what I don't like is that after Charles Bukowski got rich, all of a sudden he's not hanging out with that woman that was with him when he was poor. See, y'all better stop dealing with people who's with you while you climb, but don't want to be with you once they get rich. That I don't like them type of people. Charles Bukowski all of a sudden was hanging out with rich, beautiful women, yet he had that poor woman slaving out in his house for him when he was poor, helping him climb. So basically, all through his 30s and 40s, he had this poor woman helping him, helping him. But once he got 60 and got rich, he kicked her to the curb. Basically, he started being with all different type of women cheating on her. Whew. Man, y'all better start. That's karma. He might have got karma, y'all. It's probably why his life was cut short. He should have lived at least to see 90. With what I'm seeing in his as I do his work up, he should have lived to see 90. He got cut short because he got the money in a way, and he kept getting the money in a way that the creator did not approve of. And he was possibly abusing that woman who was living with him, and the creator got tired of it because he was a womanizer. So he got his life cut short. He wasn't even allowed to enjoy his money that long. Like soon as he got that money, his life was like years were cut down. Hi everybody. With other famous people. Mm. Yeah, look at him. He's in all these poses. He's in all these poses with famous people now that he got money. He's with Madonna in 1987. But he ain't with that woman that helped him write those books. He had a woman that was doing all his cooking and cleaning when he was writing them books. Wow. People be using people until they get successful, then kicking people to the curb. Let me see who this woman is. I'll tell y'all. Look, told you, Linda was providing stability. He used that woman. He's all up in all these different women's faces while he's a whole married man. He used her. Wow. So he worked at a health food restaurant too in 1976. Hmm. If he was a womanizer, he damn sure was a cheater. Womanizers don't got no loyalty. I don't know why women staying married to men that just want to constantly cheat. Yep. It says Charles Bukowski is widely documented both through his own and autobiography writing as having a history of cheating on and treating poorly and engaging in volatile relationships with women. Wow. And from what I read, his wife didn't get the money after he died. So he used her to do his dirty housework, cheated on her, and she didn't get much after he died. His publisher got the money, had the power of attorney of his work. So he screwed her over. He screwed his wife over in the end. From what I read, yeah. Will she just get the bungalow? She managed. Noted this saying she managed. So she worked under the publisher still, holder of the estate. Mm. I heard she didn't get much. I mean, that's what I read. He said he had been in love only once, so basically he didn't love his new wife. Toxic, see? Oh, he only loved his first wife. Why didn't his second wife leave him? He's toxic. Charles Bukowski's first wife left him. He was abusive. The second wife stayed no matter how abusive he was, and she probably stayed only for the money because she seen money coming in. No, I'm gonna shut up. I'm not gonna say nothing about his work. I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna be quiet. I played the Fifth Amendment on Charles Bukowski's work. I'll just say that it would definitely serve with a slice of cheese. When he served his poetry, there was cheese on the side. uh, no. That's why there's a lot of writers who are copying Charles Bukowski, but they're not finding success because no, no. And what gets me is people think that because something is raw is good. People try to say, "Oh, the subject matter I can relate to." That don't mean the work is good. There's a lot of men saying, "Oh, his work was good." It's only good because you can relate to his womanizing ways. But that don't mean that the literary work was written well. Y'all. Now it's like it's wild how mediocre work is being celebrated all because somebody say they can relate to the thing. Wow. Yeah. I think Stephen King's work is embellished. He goes on and on and on and on about one little thing in his book that has nothing to do with the thing. He's a page filler. Stephen King could be a page filler, adding all this other stuff that has nothing to do with the main thing, with the reason, with the story. It has nothing to do. It's not significant, but he keeps on talking about the same thing. This is what somebody said about Charles Bukowski. I don't have a particular problem with Charles Bukowski, other than I think his poetry sucks. He once said poetry was like taking a crap. You smell it and then flush it away. Writing is all about leaving behind as much stink as possible. So that's what Charles Bukowski said. This is what the person said, which is all very well, except I think he was applying to this to all poetry when he should have been applying to his own poetry exclusively. His poems are indeed do silly crap and cloyingly sentimental about his own place in the world he held in absolute contempt. His is a particular view of humanity as objection, which I find difficult to stomach, especially in poetry, beautiful poetry, lover of life in the world that I am. I agree. I mean, just because you're raw in your work doesn't mean a swear word shouldn't be needed just to make the word good. If you have to rely on a curse word or some profanity or some sort of insult in your work just so the work can be good, no, it still sucks. It still sucks. Hi, everybody. This is what I do when I'm not writing. I research and read. Researching and studying and read is protection, y'all. Boundaries. I do think the man has some amazing themes. He has some really good themes. I give him that. I will give him that. He knew how to come up with a theme, but I think that he didn't know how to be unique in his craft. He was redundant, cliche, a little bit too many cliches. And I think it's because he wasn't trained and he didn't learn the craft. You still have to learn what you're doing. You just can't keep. That's the difference between Michael Jordan and a lot of other basketball players. Is that everybody's just throwing the ball in the hoop, while Michael Jordan added his own finesse on it. You have to have your own unique finesse, and it can't be cliche or it can't be redundant. Hi, everybody. But some people only like his work because they feel like it makes them feel like they could write it. And I don't mean no harm. Somebody in elementary can write his work. A first grader can write this work. And I often find his poetry to be actually prose, chopped up prose and stories that he called poetry. Like this one here. George was lying in his trailer, flat on his back, watching a small portable TV. His dishes were undone. His breakfast dishes were undone. He needed a shave and ash from look at that. See, that's like I'm falling asleep. Ash from rolling his cigarettes dropped onto his undershirt. Some of the ash was still burning. Sometimes the burning ash missed the undershirt and hit his skin, Then he cursed, brushing it. No. Mm-mm. I mean, what are we doing? Watching a story? And then he chopped it up so it looks like it's a palm, but no, it's not. I don't know where we got this. Like, just because something has line breaks don't mean it just automatically becomes a poem. It's like that's the world now. Just fragment the lines and then you can call it poetry. Now this one is okay. Even though I still think he got a little bit too cheesy. He was doing good right here. He must have been sober when he wrote this part. This poem, Jane, for Jane. 225 days under grass, and you know more than I. And they have long taken your blood. Taken is amateur what? Word. That's not a very good verb. So he should have replaced that verb with something like, they have long filled themselves with your blood, stuffed themselves with your blood. He could have did a better verb phrase there. He says you are a dry stick in a basket. He could have that was embellished. Too much glitter. He needed to kill his darlings. He could have said something else. He could have dropped the adjective and said something else. You like something like you are a dry spoon in a basket. We know what bees in baskets. He could have said a dry spoon in a basket. Okay, that's what he could have said. All right, but the fact that he says stick, I find that that's too predictable. You know, I just find that that's like he could have said something else. He could have said a weathered branch in a basket. Okay, that would have been getting seasonal, but there's still the word branch, which could mean also something extended. So he could have dived deeper. I'm critiquing his work, y'all. Is this how it works in this room? No, that's boring. Is this because he said blood and stick? He could have made that operate. Is this how it operates? He could have went with the metaphor. He could have fed more the metaphor. In this room, is this how it operates in this space? The hours of heartbeats, because love can be heartbeat, still making shadows. So he needed to work on his. He didn't revise his work. I know they said he never revised his work, and that's why his work is very elementary. When you left, you took almost everything. I kneel in the nights. I guess he figured that rhymed the consonants, so he left it. But okay, period. Before tigers that will not let me be. Mm, tigers will literally rip you to shreds. So for him to say "not let me be," that doesn't really go with the word tigers. Maybe he would have said kittens. What you were will not happen again. Hmm. He could have actually chose a different phrase to rhyme with the last line of the last stanza. He could have said, "What you were will not be repeated," because he says, "Won't let me be." So he could have added some assonance with the last line and the next line of the next stanza, the first line of the next stanza. Yeah. Okay. For some of y'all writers who are listening in Pisces season, all right, I'm talking about Charles Bukowski. If you find this live boring and crappy, it's because get away from my flowers, Flick. Don't eat my flowers. Do not eat my flowers. Get away. No, no, but if you find this live video corny, it's because you're still hooked on getting Juru stuff. Sometimes you need to learn about literary. Let's get back to literary, y'all. I just gave y'all a free little lesson on improving your literary art. Now, my book on writing poetry, I'm going to republish it today. Okay, I'm going to republish it today, so make sure you get my book on the craft of writing poetry for beginners and advanced poets. I had to take it down because it was getting 5 stars and someone stole the book. So I'm going to republish it today, and you will be able to buy it this month. This is the month of poetry. You know, people are writing new poetry. This is a literary month. So get my book on the craft of writing poetry while you still can. While it's in the while you have money to get it. Before the American government shut down. So I'm going to republish that book in about an hour. It should be up and for sale by tomorrow. So I should have 2 books available for sale for y'all tomorrow. So y'all can get these books to read. Y'all can buy them. Okay, bye everybody. I'll see y'all later. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If y'all want to donate. You can donate to my Cash App at @ Coach V Hunter. Bye everybody.